Hello and welcome to FTB Sports. I am Sam Spurs for Life, and this is the Tottenham Hotspur overreaction show for the game Zargreb versus Spurs. Zargreb 3, Spurs 0. Zargreb 3, Spurs 2 on aggregate. And the Spurs do not march anywhere.
We're not marching nowhere.
Not
I want to
up.
cry. I want to cry.
You can't
Nowhere.
drop that straight away.
I want to cry.
In intro, we've been stopped.
Let me even. I'm confused with this now. Let's put this up. No, wrong one. Let's do this one. Post-match react. As I said, not even the reaction show. This is the post-match overreaction show because I know what's happening now. I know how this is going to go down. I'll start with you, Mike. You might be a little bit. You'll be calm a little bit more, possibly. I don't know, but I'm not calm. So I'm going to say, how do you think the game went tonight? Rather silly question to ask, but I'm going to ask it you anyway.
Gonna get comfy for this one, boys.
See, I always like to be level-headed with any result. I always try to be level-headed and try to look at the bigger picture. However, we were 2-0 up. This team, they were not good. We made them look like Barcelona. When I looked at the team sheet and even our predicted lineup in the pre-match video that we did, I thought the team looked strong on paper, and I was quite confident. Hence why I went for 2-0 for a comfortable 2-0 win. However, I don't know what happened. I honestly, words fail me at the moment because I can't even comprehend as to what I've just witnessed. It's like you just said, we've been marching and we've just been cut short, and there is no rationale for me to come up with as to provide a reason as to why we've just been dumped 3-0 by Dynamo. Words fail me. I can't even dissect it. It's that bad. I can't dissect the performance. The team on paper should have been good enough to win that match. We didn't perform. We just looked like boys out there. We looked lost. We got bullied. We got schooled. We got taken to the cleaners. Embarrassed.
I started to write notes at the beginning, like I always do for these games, and I think I stopped after 2 minutes because there was nothing to write. The kit that guys in Zagreb today looked like they were in PSG's kit. It looked like PSG because the way those guys were playing. I said to Darius, the pitch is massive, it's huge. All we have to do is keep the ball and pass it around. The team couldn't even find players to pass to. Yeah. The midfield duo was terrible. Now I don't know where we can begin with this because, as I said, I know there's lots of different thoughts about the Managerial. I can't say Managerial or out now because at the moment it's, but those players didn't look like they were playing for him. There was a lot of players tonight that looked like, you know what, we don't care. I watched at the interval on the extra time and I saw players who weren't playing in their coach just standing, just watching. Nobody went around to any player to say, come on, lads, let's get into this. Let's win. We can do this. All we need to do is, because all we needed to do was score a goal. Remember, it wasn't like we needed to go and score 2 or 3. We just needed 1 goal.
Just one goal.
120 minutes. I don't think I've seen a worse Spurs performance in a long. I don't know. I can't. In my memory, that was the worst Spurs performance.
Brighton
in terms of
broke his elbow.
No.
It's worse than that. It's worse than that.
When you're 2-0 up in a game and all you have to do is see a game out or score 1 goal and you start Harry Kane to score that 1 goal and you don't score it, something's not right. You're in trouble. So
the thing is, the first 40 minutes, I thought we were managing the game quite well. And then it just...
To be honest with you, I thought that whole process of trying to manage it was wrong. Why start Harry Kane if you're going to manage a game? I thought the whole purpose of starting Harry Kane was to get the goal, get him off after 10, 15, 20 minutes.
That had to be the only reason.
That could only be. So managing the game does not make sense starting Harry Kane. If you're going to manage a game, start Vinicius. Start anybody else up front. Bring Harry Kane on with last 10 minutes. The fact that he started Harry Kane gave me this mentality. All right, so he's thinking we have to score a goal. And once he scores a goal, that's it, game done. Harry Kane played 120 minutes of football today. and he probably had what, one or two. I don't even know how many shots he had on goal. The midfield too was awful. If you watch Dyer and Sanchez together in that partnership, it's the worst centre back partnership ever I've seen in, and it's maybe so. Yeah, I'm gonna say again, this is the overreaction show, but I'm not gonna apologize for that, because the way I saw some players just kicking the ball away when it come to them is embarrassing. We should be embarrassed by that today, and I don't use that word lightly. That's embarrassing.
Yeah,
the commentators were saying the same thing. Sorry, Joey, you can go, Deji. I think it's good.
I'm not embarrassed. Okay, I can't. I'm not going to internalize the embarrassment, because I called it on the weekend after the Arsenal game, and I said that why are us Spurs fans hoping and praying that Jose's going to do something? I said it and I called it. I said, Jose, we're not going to win the Europa League. We're not going to win the McDonald's Cup. And then I'm going to tell you at the end of the season, I told you so. Well, guess what? After 4 days, I can tell you I told you so, because you know we're going to get royally spanked by Man City. Now, look, it's obvious, yeah? Jose has lost the players. He lost them from time. I'm not surprised by this result. If you can't turn up from a North London derby, how the hell are you going to turn up in Zargreb and expect to give us a result? It's not going to happen. And tonight was just to show us Spurs fans that Jose really now needs to go. I said Daniel Levy was playing Russian roulette with the team. Look, I haven't got a crystal ball. My nickname isn't Mystic Meg. But at 0-0, I was like, we're gonna get smoked by these guys. You can call it. We've got our WhatsApps. You can show the fans. I called it when it was 0-0. We're gonna get smoked, and lo and behold, we got smoked. So look, I've turned on Jose. I've turned on Daniel Levy. I'm gonna turn on the fans. I'm gonna turn on people in this space who've been hoping and praying, saying, let's give Jose time. No! Look, I said something earlier. Sissoko and Winks played in the Champions League final under Poch. You can't just fall from grace so hard like that. The fact of the matter is, we are clueless. We've got no pattern of play, and it looks like we've been hit with a dose of Space Jam. That's what's happened to these lads. That's exactly what's happened. And we just got to wake up and smell the coffee, guys. Jose needs to go, and we need a proper coach. Look, I offered last week to do the job for free. I'm calling it out again. I will do the job for free.
I might have to assist you. I'll be your assistant on that.
Because this is a disgrace.
I'll be a big man.
We're out of the Europa League. Of all those fans, all those Spurs fans who were honestly thinking, yeah, we might win the Europa League. We're going to win the Europa, and that's how we're going to get in the Champions League. Now look,
we should have won. Deji, tonight, if we just look at tonight's game, do you honestly think, even with the lineup that we had, I looked at the lineup and I thought, you know what, I don't like to see Dyer and Sanchez playing together, but I knew they were. I don't want to see Aurier and Ben Davis at fullback, but I knew they were. I don't want to see Winks and Sissoko playing in that midfield too, but I knew they were. I definitely didn't want to see Harry Kane playing up front, and he did. There's so much that was not right today. The manager does not do anything at this moment in time. He doesn't do anything. There was nothing in the selection. There was nothing in the substitutions. There was nothing in the motivation. There was nothing at all from anybody. I saw João Sacramento running around to get the ball to throw it back into play quicker. And then I saw the player catch the ball, and it was like, I don't even want to take the throw on. The players didn't look like they wanted to play the game. There was no urgency. There was no cohesion. There was no passing patterns. There was absolutely nothing. And that, to me, shows that Jose has not got all these players. There might be one or two. There might be one or two players, but the majority of those players tonight, if it was just tonight, or whether it's maybe before that, they did not want to play for him tonight. I can't. I'm not even going to take that back because I'm not going to Jose out. I'm not going to say Jose out. But what I will say is tonight, those players were doing their very best to get that manager gone.
The thing is, though, I was just going to say, if that is the case, then those players should go. If Jose does go out, if he does get sacked, those players should fuck off with him because you can't. It's no good. It's not good enough to have those players only turning up to play for a manager that they like. Sometimes you have an employer or a manager that you don't like to play for, and you just got to get the job done, just as part of your dignity and your sort of your morals and stuff. But
for the better of the club.
And for the better of the club. If Mourinho goes, then half those players that didn't want to play for Mourinho tonight should go with him.
Jose is lukewarm. He's lukewarm. This is how, look, you either start with a strong team or you don't. Are we treating the Europa League seriously or not? Because I'm looking at that team. Any team that has Sissoko and Winks in the midfield is not telling me that we're trying to win the game.
That's all facts.
That's not
facts.
And that team is a dead team.
Yeah. And off the back
when you've got Sanchez and Dyer and Davis and Aurier all in the back line, and at one point I watched that back line and I said, I know how to coach. I coach decent level. I'm a decent coach. I can coach a back line. I saw players in a zigzag. When you see a zigzag in your back line, you know there's a problem because it was one Aurier was down here, and then you had Sanchez, then you had Dyer, and then it was so there was no line. They had no defensive cohesion. It was a mess.
And off the back of that, how is Eric Dyer in the England squad?
That's true. He hasn't been playing.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started on that. Don't get me started on that.
Do you want to just have your say? Look, we need to go round tomorrow.
I'm not going to say much. I was ranting and raving during the game. I'm not going to say much. I'm just going to say, Jose, done. Finish manager, done. I don't care what anyone has to say. I don't care if the players are terrible. The players are terrible. Don't get me wrong. The players that played were terrible. But it's Dinamo Zagreb. And this is not the first time that this has happened. This has happened for a long time now. And the only reason that we've accepted this is because individuals have pulled us out of a hole and his tactics have revolved around individual brilliance. If Son and Kane weren't having the seasons of their career, in my opinion, with looking at the numbers, we would be probably lower than Arsenal, probably worse than Arsenal. I genuinely, it's embarrassing. Like you said, it's embarrassing. And for me, he could go on a 10-game win streak now. It doesn't make a difference to me. We've lost 3-0 to Dinamo Zagreb. And I was talking about who we're going to play in the next round. I wasn't even thinking about this game. I was thinking, I want Arsenal, I want Man U. I wasn't even thinking about this game. So for me to even think, like, use the excuse of a second team, I can't accept that. One goal is all we needed for them to have to score 4. And we couldn't score one goal.
And they probably would have. That's the thing.
But that's not the point. It would have crushed their confidence.
They look like they would have scored 4.
But no, I disagree. Because it would have crushed their confidence.
No, not at the beginning. Obviously, at the beginning I'm talking about. But when we was like 35, 65, 85 minutes into the game, and then 105 minutes into the game, and they'd scored that third goal. Even if we'd have got a goal back, I think they would have gone and scored another.
Yeah.
Because they look like they were just PSG. It was.
But
PSG.
At the end of the day, bro, you have to think about it. Like, if we had scored that goal early and started the game on the front foot, pressuring his team, trying to score a goal, because we have our best striker on the pitch, like we've said, we've got our best striker on the pitch. When I saw Harry Kane starting, I'm thinking, let's go. He's knackered. Yeah. So it's like we can't even be intense because he's playing Harry Kane, who's tired. Play Vinicius, play Energy, play Mora, play Lamella. Score one goal. I'm going to come to Marlon. I want to come to Don as well. I want to come to Marlon first, and I'm going to come to you, Don. Marlon, we're all here, so don't worry. We're still here, man. But I want you to say your piece.
I actually haven't got nothing to say, and it didn't actually kick in when I watched the game. I expected us to score, but I'm not really bothered. If this is what it takes to make him go, then he needs to go.
Yeah.
I'm not actually bothered. Maybe tomorrow, and maybe for the rest of the bloody year, I'll pay my in. But right now, I'm actually fine. I'm gonna go out and have a little walk in a minute. And Tipper, leave me alone.
I'm not fine.
Who is Tipper? Do you know him?
Yeah, he's just
Don. I'm gonna come to you. I haven't been on for a little while, so welcome back anyway. You've come on a great show tonight, haven't you? A great one.
Yeah, and I must admit, I must admit, I didn't even plan to come on today, but today's performance brought me on the show because, no, seriously, where do I start? Okay, at the beginning of the game, it's quite simple. We only need to score 1 goal, and DINAMO ZAGREB have to score 4 goals. Yeah, if we score 1 goal, they have to score 4 goals.
Tell him.
So it's very simple. You try and score a goal. Now the team selection. I appreciate what people were saying that with that team we should still be able to beat them, but forget all that. We've only got really this opportunity to win a cup because I can't see us beating Man City. So we're not going to be seeing no armpits or anything this season. Yeah. So you've only got one trophy to focus on. So what do? You pick, as Sam said, you pick Sanchez and Dyer, the 2 worst centre backs, not just in Tottenham, but probably and then in the midfield, you couldn't make it up. In midfield, you actually play Sanchez and Winks. Now, when we talk about Ben Davis played shit. But you know what? I can't allow him because he is shit. Winks played shit.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I'm saying.
Winks actually shit. I allow him because he is shit. They played to their level. That's their level.
Facts.
Yeah, we've got a manager who decides to pick them. So, do you know what I mean? It's on him. However, Aurier, what type of African spliff was he smoking tonight? God almighty!
It weren't just him. Sissoko as well.
Sissoko, bro.
They were smoking the same budge tonight. They were all on that same budge. I don't know what budge it was they were smoking before the game, but I'll tell you what, it was something that was made you just put your wrong boots on your wrong.
Final point, and then we can get the chats and the banter starting, etc. Final point. Do you know what? Mourinho has to go. But even if Mourinho does go, the players, they're not good enough. Half of them, more than half of them need to go.
Yeah.
And then ultimately, even if half the players and the manager goes, the root of the problem is the ownership. I don't care. I've got a memory, and people, this is where I'm showing my age now. I remember when Tottenham used to be challenging for things. I remember when we always used to win the odd cup. Yeah, to me, it was we might not win the league, but we was winning the cup. This ownership, how can you go 3 transfer windows without signing a player when we're on top to back the manager that we've got? So that's the first thing, yeah? All of this thing, this summer, I must admit, I was a little bit fooled this summer because I thought, you know what, we've actually made some signings. Maybe the corner's turned. But we saw what happened in January, innit? We didn't even think about signing a central defender in January, a proper central defender. Didn't even think about it. Anyway, so ultimately, we get what we deserve. We get what we deserve. Yeah, we are.
What happens? What happens actually? No,
we don't deserve
this.
Though.
I'm going to be real. What actually happens tomorrow now? Because there's a lot of people going to be saying. Because a lot of people are saying that Jose has to go tomorrow. And
don't say Martin O'Neill.
We get Martin.
I take Martin O'Neill. I take Martin. Bro, we've got nothing to play for.
Mate, I can't be taking. No, you know what?
I
take Tony Pulis. I take Tony Pulis. Sam Allardyce.
No, that's too far. We've gone too far.
We're playing like that anyway.
I'm not saying Pulis.
I ain't having Martin O'Neill. No way.
Give me Alan Pardew. What's Pardew doing? Is he still at
no.
Den Haag team?
No, Pardew. No. If we're going out, if Mourinho's going out, let's have Ledley King for the rest of the season as caretaker manager. I could cope with that.
Probably coach better defending.
But no chance, Martin O'Neill.
For real though, like this has to be it. I'm sorry, like I understand that people are optimistic and we're hopeful, but this has to be it now. I'm sorry, even if we go on to, you know what? Let me not even say that.
This season's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a write-off. It's done for me. If we lose from when we lose to Zargreb, and Deji's right, the performance against Arsenal for me, I'm still more angry at the Arsenal game than I am this game, because the performance in the North London derby, if you can't get yourself turned up for that, then for me that shows nothing. And like Deji said, I kind of thought if they
weren't up for it.
No,
what's that?
I tell you what.
Why do you think
biggest game? And I don't know what it is. I don't know
let's
what
put
it
this
is.
into perspective. I've seen Spurs turn up and not perform against the likes of Arsenal. I can accept it. It wasn't nice. I can accept it. Yeah, we always want the players to try hard. Fine, great. When you are 2-0 up,
there's no excuse. This is different.
Pretty much a team that didn't have any of the ball last of the game, and then you're playing in their ground, which is one of the biggest actual football pitches I've seen for a while, and there's no fans there, and you have not really anything to do but keep the ball or just score. So all you have to do is
put it on the manager. Then it has to go all on Jose. Then
no, but hold on, it's on the manager for selection of the team. Oh, 100%. He picked that team. He can't take that away. So whatever he comes out with now in the press and says this, that, it's on him. But them players, if we're saying Jose goes and we bring somebody else in, what are they going to do with some of them players? Because you're going to get the bounce.
Thomas Tuchel. Look at Thomas Tuchel. Look at Thomas Tuchel.
You know what though? Do you know what though, Darius? Thomas Tuchel's got players to work with.
But Thomas Tuchel's got Rudiger and Christensen at defense. Same with Lampard, bro. It's a system. A system helps players. It contributes and it helps with players. That's what the difference is. Mourinho's system doesn't contribute and help the players. He relies on individual brilliance, and when the individual brilliance doesn't happen, we're fucked. We're in a problem.
You know what?
Thomas Tuchel has a system that fits Azpilicueta, Rudiger, and Christensen. Mason Mount and Thiago Silva wasn't even playing yesterday, and they dealt with Atletico. Don't tell me that these players can't do something with a system that will benefit them.
I hear what you're saying, Darius. I hear what you're saying. Jose has to go. I hear what you're saying. Jose has to go. But what I'm trying to say to you is that even when Jose does go, he has to go. But even when he does go, other things still need to change.
I agree.
That's what I'm saying.
There's a lot that needs to change. There's a lot
I
now.
agree.
And go on, Deji.
But even Eddie Howe can do something with them players. And that's just the truth.
I'm actually stuck to disagree with you, bro. I'm actually stuck to disagree.
You know what I'm trying to say? Darius, you were absolutely spot on. It's about the system and it's about motivate. Them guys look lethargic. Harry Kane is tired. He doesn't need to play this game. The players should be good enough to play. He's playing the wrong people out of system. Every time, let's be honest. Every time we step out on the pitch, it looks like they're playing that system for the first time. They look lost.
Yeah.
They actually look lost. And that
the defense definitely. Is he coaching that? Like, can Sanchez be coached?
Right. So this is my point. Jose supposedly this defensive coach. He has proven back in the days that he can coach defensive counter-attacking team. I think he's coming to this club thinking, yeah, what? As much as I don't, maybe not have the attacking style, I can probably coach this lot to defend and counter-attack. I think now he realizes, or I hope he realizes, but I think he should have realized this a long time. We can't do that. We can't defend. We just can't defend. We've had some clean sheets and we've played some games where we've looked all right, but we cannot defend. And when I say that, it's pressure. I go back to the game against West Ham when we were 3-0 up, and when they scored that one goal in the 80-something minutes, all I can, and I've done this before, I saw Sanchez's eyes do that. They went 3 times bigger. And I saw him do things that he's just like, oh my God, what am I doing? And the same thing happened tonight. When they scored that third goal, he was kicking the ball like he was a 5-year-old.
Oh, 100%.
But
you can't coach that.
But do you think that he was the problem or Dyer?
I think it was no.
I don't think
the problem.
Dyer was worse. I thought
Dyer was worse because I thought Sanchez, to be fair to him, wasn't.
Dyer.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I think the whole midfield was shocking.
Yeah,
the midfield was a disgrace.
I think I've come to terms with one thing. You see, at the top end of football, you've got the likes of Jose, Pep. Jose works when he has all the resources in the world. He had all the resources
we know that.
at United, and he finished second. Once you come out of the top 2 in terms of financial spend, unless he's at Chelsea, Man City, or Man U, Jose can't work because he's not a coach. What he needs all the best players in the world, like it's FIFA 21. He sits them together and then they play.
It's true though.
I think it's worse than that. I think it's worse than that. I think
mistake bringing in a Jose that needs all the resources.
Yeah, but we don't have it.
These lads. That was the mistake. That we got caught up, or Levy got caught up in his own height because he was looking at the stadium. And actually, that's where we went wrong. What it needed was like a Tuchel, the guy at Leipzig, the Ajax type of
You need
manager.
a plan.
Someone who can work like a Poch, who can take
Brand new project.
half decent players and make them somebody. And
you know what I think?
That's the bit that was missing.
You know what I think it was? I think it was a massive, massive gamble by Levy. He saw this as like, right, and this is how I saw it. I saw the Poch thing. I saw, right, we could build under Poch. We've done this. Ultimately, 5 years, we didn't win anything. I get that. We could have stuck with Poch, and we may have had to rebuild again. That looked like Poch was needed to go through a rebuilding process, spend some money. He needed to spend money. He needed to get players out, but he needed to rebuild. Levy's decided, right, I'm going to have to think, what can I do? I can't really buy all these players. I can't invest that amount of money. I know what. I'll get a manager that's proven that it can take any sort of team and win. And he thought he could do that with Jose. So he's brought Jose and got rid of Poch, not thinking, because this is not a build. This is nowhere close to a rebuild. He was never going to rebuild us as a club. But what he was brought in to do within the time he's got was to win. Now, we've got to a point now where we've got a cup final. And to all intents and purposes, if we played like that against Man City, it might be double
more
figures.
than that.
It might be double figures. Do you know what I'm saying? They could, because remember how many opportunities that this team had against us, and they scored 3. Imagine Man City were to play us tonight, and they would have scored 10. And that's not even under or over. It's truth, because the amount of chances that those guys had, and they scored 3 goals, and they had some other ones that were close. I wouldn't like to think what would happen.
And I'd just like to say, by the way, the players that I talked about, I only talked about the defense. I haven't even moved on to people like Dele Alli yet. See, this is what I don't get. Yeah, there's this big clamour for saying like Dele Alli, like he's some big savior. When we were playing on the Poch, the guy stopped playing for about 18 months before Poch left. It's obvious that unfortunately the injuries, I don't care about his age, the injuries have taken a toll on this guy. And the same thing that happened with Michael Owen, it's the same thing that's happened with Dele Alli. Played a lot of football so young.
Early.
His hamstrings, his hamstrings. He just can't make the runs. If you dissect Dele Alli's game is about making runs past the forward. Yeah, making those and keep doing those runs. He was so fit doing it. Now whereas before he was probably making 10, 12 runs a game. He's making 1, 2 at best for the whole game.
I agree.
And our players aren't good enough to find him with just 2 runs.
Dele Alli's performance started dipping when he signed a contract with Boohoo. Just sticking it out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. 100%. No, it's true.
God.
Yeah. Dele Alli's a brand now.
And I don't want to disagree, because I don't think that footballers should be slandered for doing their thing. If they want to do their thing, do it. But like, you do have to maintain a performance level. And he set a level so high, scored 19 goals in a season. And I don't know if it's because we're expecting that or from that. Well, it was before that. Before, I was expecting Dele Alli to do that because I was thinking, right, if he's doing that at 19, he can do that for the rest of his career. Now it's just like, I know Dele Alli's not good enough now. And I think it's more people are hopeful that he could still bring it through because he's 24, like you said, Don, as opposed to actually analyzing his game and looking at what he does on the pitch. And he doesn't do anything like he did 3-4 years ago. So for me, the best thing to do in a situation like that, if you see an Englishman who's 24 years old, there'll be some stupid club out there to pay 40 million for him. And I think that you just have to kind of cut
losses.
Cut your losses and reinvest that money, basically, because at the end of the day, one, he doesn't even fit into the system. He's a player. He's a luxury player, and I hate that term so much, but it's true. He doesn't really want to do much work, but he will kind of pop up and score maybe or assist. He's a worse version of Thomas Muller, and that's all I can really say, to be honest. He's just not good enough anymore. I just think that if you can get 40 mil for him, let's do it, bro. And Winks as well. I don't even think you're going to be able to get £5.
Oh, Winks!
God, I want to buy some of these comments.
We'll have to loan him out.
Should I go through some of these comments? I know it's going to be
let's go through the comments. Let's go through the banner.
I want to hear it. I want to see. I'm ready for this.
Okay. NG23. Let's start the show by giving Kane and Son our blessing and accepting the magnitude of the rebuild ahead of us. True. Facts.
So did we prove today that we're a one-man team then? Because Son
not a one-man team. I will agree with that.
I think we've got many players. I just think the system just don't complement us. We're just shit because 100%. We've got Ndombele, Højbjerg, and Lo Celso as a potential midfield free. You mean to tell me that midfield free can't do more than what we've seen this season? Come on, man. I don't want to have that one-man team bullshit. It's just an excuse that we're going to start using, and I don't think that's a good enough excuse for us and our team at the moment.
But I am prepared. I think
Sorry,
Kane's gonna go. You know, I don't want him
I
to
don't
go.
blame
I
him.
think-
Bro, you get my blessing, bro.
And Son's not signing a
Thing
new
is-
contract. You know that.
Right.
Son is not
Who's-
signing a new contract.
I don't
gonna
blame
buy-
him. I don't blame him.
Who's going to pay 100 million for him, though?
That's the only thing that will keep him there.
No one.
That's the only thing
will.
that will keep him there.
That's
The
what
fact
they-
that they're stuck to a contract.
Man City.
Man
But I tell you,
City.
they'll do it over a
Levi
I
player.
don't think they won't let. He won't let him go
Levi.
there. He won't let him go there. Let's just go through a couple more comments.
He
Now,
will
big
take
sports.
that money. It's COVID. He will take the money. What?
It's true. We are in a lot of debt, by the way. Paul Kane, man, needs to come to a team to win a trophy. Adam Morris, question: will winning the League Cup be considered success, given the chance you had to go through tonight?
No, it weren't gonna
Done.
save the season anyway. No,
Season's done. We
no,
ain't beating City
no.
anyway. Let's be real. Like, let's
No.
just be real.
That's
Yeah,
like the
no.
Arsenal move.
We've got a long time between now and City still.
No.
A lot could happen. But
What
if,
if we
a lot could
finish-
happen.
What if we finish top 4 and got a trophy?
Who are we
Again,
replacing in the
wishful
top 4?
thinking. Wishful
Who are we
thinking.
replacing? We're not beating Chelsea to the top 4. We're finished. We're
But would you
finished.
deem that? Would you deem that a
Look,
successful season? Would
I
you say
would
you
be-
turned it around if
I'm
we
gonna
finished
be
4th
doing
and won a
tomorrow.
trophy?
Mike, I'm gonna
Yes.
help. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm gonna stop sitting on the fence and I'm gonna start helping out our club. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be going. I'm heading to Norfolk, and I'm gonna be knocking on the door. I'm gonna be trying to tout Max Aarons, and I'm gonna be getting Oliver Skip to come back because we
Do it.
have a rebuild on our hands. Guys.
Cole
We have
Cantwell
a
as well. Cole
Uh,
Cantwell
There'd
as
be
well.
great signings, to be fair.
You cannot be any wrong. That's as right as we have got a massive rebuild. The problem that we've got now is the rebuild is not going to happen with this manager. Jose's not in it for the rebuild unless he's given 250.
No,
He's
Right.
going. He can't stay at the
He's
club for
getting
longer than
30
this
mil,
year.
guys.
Going.
He's not
He's
bothered.
He ain't
He's
getting that
30
money.
mil if we sack him. He doesn't care if we
I don't
don't
think
want
he's
him.
gonna get sacked. I don't think he's gonna get sacked.
I don't think he's going to get
I
sacked
don't
either.
think
I
so.
personally
What do you mean?
I don't
You
say that.
He needs to get.
You
sacked.
guys think that Levy's
No,
not going
he
to sack
needs
him?
to get
Listen,
sacked.
I'll
He's
tell
gonna
you
get
why he's going to get sacked. I tell you why he's going to get sacked. Levy will do anything to take the blame away from himself and Enoch. He
That's
will
a
do
good-
it.
that's a
When
good point.
when it comes, he did it with Pochettino. Anytime, watch the fan. Especially if we continue playing that way that we're playing now, he will get rid of Jose.
But Don,
He
can
will
I
pay
say
that
something?
money.
Wait,
The way
I
I would
know-
look at it is that he'll just buy one less player.
we've
Yeah,
got a bit of hindsight because when I saw the transfer window, all that wasn't the early point. It was not. But then when we got a little bit hyped because we saw Region coming, we saw Bale coming, we saw
No.
Doherty
I wouldn't say
coming.
people
We
got
had
hyped. with-
Højbjerg.
I think people got hyped with Bale.
That's
where
what it
people-
was.
Nah,
People
I got
went a bit
gassed at
overboard.
Region and Højbjerg.
But
They were
we also,
Yeah,
I saw
they're the two
Region,
signings
and I saw Højbjerg, and I thought, yeah, that's built something. That's
the
sorry, that's
squad
put a
build. That's
piece
squad
in.
building.
That's put a piece in the jigsaw which we were missing. We were missing that defensive solidity because Winks and Sissoko, as we know, going forward, was never going to be the one. But so Højbjerg, and now when Ndombele playing the way he was, it's a bit more solid.
But
we never.
why do we rotate the so-called? We got one of the best left backs in the league, and we rotate him with Ben Bloody Davis.
I
Imagine how he
I
feels.
don't know.
You understand?
Who knows?
Reguilon's performance
Lord
against
G.
Arsenal. Reguilon's performance against Arsenal was the worst performance I've ever seen from him, and I know that's him. And he's probably thinking to himself, you know what? What the hell am I bloody doing here? I've got this idiot. He's watching that guy, that Welsh guy, that guy play in front of him.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, every 2 weeks, every second game, he's getting dropped for that guy.
It's true.
I'm not
The only
gonna
thing you
lie.
can do is get Session back, and hopefully him and Reguilon will be the two left backs going forward for next season.
Let me hear Deji's point. He's got to say. He
I'm
wants to
not
say
gonna
something.
lie, that black hole that we got now is starting to scare me. So I think we can, because the thing is, we've spent a lot of money. Jose is going to cost us 30 mil. We haven't had any fans in the stadium for pretty much the whole season. We're still paying the full wage of these players. I say we get rid of them and get a brand new squad from Epping Forest because and I'll do the job for free. Because at the moment, what would be worse, guys? I'm actually, I've called a lot of things, and I don't want to call this third one. I can see us doing a Leeds United here.
No,
With
don't
this
say that.
massive debt now because of Jose.
Please
because
don't.
we tried to win something, didn't win anything, and then we end up crashing down next season.
The only thing I would say to that.
Do you know, don't let, in terms of the finance, don't let some of the kind of rhetoric that's coming out of some of the press fool you. Yeah.
Some
If
of
you
it's
look
not.
at
Most
the
of it's long
turnover in the
long
transfer
term.
last year, Tottenham were one of the we're in the top 10 richest clubs in Europe. Yeah, in terms of turnover, how much we spent. Even the money that we spent last year buying Lo Celso, we ended up getting Lo Celso for something like 40 million or 30 something million. Hardly anything. The way that Levy structures deals as well, like over the never, we're never ever splashing out. And if you see that even the financing of the stadium, he remortgaged it. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. He renegotiated the terms. We're paying very little. So do you know what I mean? And he borrowed another 150 mil interest free from the government as part of the COVID thing as well to give us the extra solid protection. So don't worry about the finances. One thing about him, he's got an A in economics. Like we're not doing another league.
No, and as you said, we've got a lot of we may have debt, but we are an asset-driven club at the moment, and also we've got things like the naming rights for the stadium. There's so much more. There's a lot of partnership deals going on. The stadium itself, once it gets back into generating finance, will generate money. I don't believe that we'll do that sort of drop right off and be massive, because I think there's a lot worse off teams than us. What I do think that's going to happen to us, though, is, are we going to spend any money to get out of this situation without?
It's going to take a big play sale.
Without selling a major asset.
No, Kane's going to have to go. Kane's going to have to go.
It's going to take a big player sale.
That's the only way we can rebuild is by selling a major asset or two major assets, and that could be someone like Kane and Ndombele. Kane, Ndombele. You could say Ali. You could say Son. And I think we're struggling after that. You know what I mean? We are struggling.
He ain't going to sell. He won't sell the two major assets for Tottenham. If anything, potentially Ndombele. But
I can see that.
He can raise funds elsewhere. Like he just has to sell the naming rights to the stadium. He's holding off that for the moment.
He's been doing that. He's been trying to do that for. He's been trying to do that for ages.
He's trying to sell the naming rights for 200 mil.
But
yeah, exactly.
Someone like Amazon might come in and do that, but nobody.
But then you could argue. But then you can argue who's going to pay.
Yeah, they've been saying that for a while.
Who's going to pay 200 million for a player? There's no one in this place. It's at the moment in the pandemic that's going to pay that.
I say we sold Kane and we start again. I'm not joking.
We're not going to get. That's the thing. We could have to be. We're not getting 200 million for Kane. We're still going to sell him. We're not getting.
It might be a payment.
No, we won't sell him.
This is a comment here from NG23. Forget the game. Repeated patterns showing themselves deeper problems, and that's what I think. There is deeper problems. And what I saw was the players. It was the players more so. The body language, the way that they didn't want to. They didn't look like they were bothered. I saw this. It was so telling.
Did you see in the extra time? Did you see an extra time halfway through when they were like I thought
they were having the drinks.
Even Jose.
That's what I said. They
like
Jose,
no, he was drinking it juice, and it was cool, like it was a training game.
And then they were all stood round, and I saw Alderweireld looking to his left. I saw somebody else looking to the right.
Lamella.
Not one of them two players was like, if it was me in that situation, I'd be like, "Come on, lads, you can do this. I'm not good." Blah blah blah. But no one was doing that. Not one player. Not one. So there's deeper problems that unless Jose can resolve that within the next 2 days,
don't
we've
say
got Aston
Jose.
Villa.
I wouldn't say they weren't playing for him, because I wouldn't think players are like
Marlon.
Especially in this situation. Now, come on. Losing this game 3-0.
Let Marlon finish.
Embarrassing on any player. You honestly think they weren't playing for him tonight?
No, they
I don't think. Listen. I don't think Reguilon was playing for him on Saturday, and I don't think Aurier was playing for him today. I think they just look pissed. They look like they're pissed players. And Delhi, I don't know. Delhi was Delhi.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
When I say the players not playing for him, I don't mean every single player, because you can't. That would be wrong.
About 3 players
every single player. But there was a number of players that clearly weren't making enough effort. In a situation where all you have to do is score a goal. And if you don't put that effort in, and we saw that Sunday, and then we saw it again today, where we had something to play for. It wasn't like we were losing, and we were clearly, all we had to do was score. At any point, you can throw everybody forward, every single player, including the goalkeeper if you want to try and score. I never saw no desperation, nothing. That shows me that they weren't bothered.
Marlon, and the thing that makes it worse, Marlon, all it takes is about 3 or so players not to play for him, because we've already got the 3 or 4 shit players in the team anyway. So when you add that together, like 6 or 7, do you know what I mean? You got like 7 players not playing.
Yeah, but
it's a recipe for disaster.
Go on, Mike. Sorry. Go on, Mike.
I was just going to say, is it a case that it's a lack of effort, or they've just got no energy left. They're just done.
That was
tired.
Kane. Kane didn't have no energy. Kane hasn't got no energy.
But the issue is for me, right? If you and I going
back to that Kane thing. Going back to that Kane thing. This is my point about the Kane thing, right? Why start Kane? If you're gonna be, if your team's not energetic, because you know that, because he would have seen that in training, he would know that. Why start Kane? Just play really defensive. Just throw like Vinicius on there as a target man. Get your Sissoko's, get your Winks, get all them players and just play really low block and defend as much. Even if they'd have scored,
but you know what,
Dynamo. We don't need to do this against Dynamo.
I think he wanted to do that. I think he wanted to do that today. That's why he started. That's why he played Winks and Sissoko, but he had Kane at the thingy. We played the first half like we did not want to score. We just wanted to defend. We wanted to sit on the 3-0 lead.
The players have stopped playing for him. And I just want to say my last comment is that he recruited 7 players and said we need a squad so that he could rotate, only to not rotate.
I was just about to say. I was just about to say that.
Tomorrow, please, now.
The thing is, you're right in that, Deji, because if you actually look, and I hate going back to Chelsea. I don't want to talk about Chelsea on the Tottenham thing, but Tuchel came in and he seems like he's given everybody an opportunity to kind of prove themselves. Jorginho's had an opportunity, Chilwell, Alonso, people have had opportunities to prove themselves, and he's changed the system and he's put players in there to kind of say, you have a role, let's see if you can do it. The thing with Jose is, and yes, I agree, 100%, the players aren't good enough, 100% the players aren't good enough. But at the same time, if you ostracize players, you bring them off at 60. For example, you take Bale off for Sissoko in the Arsenal game. What's gonna give them a reason to even play like an extra 10%? Because that might make a difference them playing an extra 10%. Like I'm not gonna say they're gonna change his whole, you know what I mean, his trajectory, and they're gonna play better and go up the league. But do you know what I mean? If you go to a guy and you put your arm around your shoulder and say, you know what, you can keep doing this, keep doing better. Like for players like Doherty, players like Winks, who you know that they need an arm around their shoulder. They're not that sort of guy who can deal with that militant treatment like Ndombele dealt with it. They need an arm around their shoulder. If you don't do that and you ostracize them, how can you get mad at them then for not performing? Like if you're the reason that they're not really wanting to.
Guys,
and going back to that Arsenal game as well. Yeah, what I didn't understand with that Arsenal game, a blind man could have seen that after 10 minutes that we 100%. Was getting raped on the right hand side. You
don't even need to finish 100%. I agree with you.
We were getting ripped after the 10 minutes. So why wouldn't you think to yourself, you know what, let me swap Bale for Mora? Yeah, and put them, just swap them around. They're on the pitch. You know what I mean? You don't have to take Bale off, but just put him in a different position. That's management. Why didn't you do that?
Let's go to some more of these comments because sorry, Mike. Go on then before I go to these comments.
Before you go to the comments, Will Fox's message saying "Wow," and he's got 3 very cross. He's got 1 very cross face.
You're making the great Will Fox angry.
Even he's angry.
Have some shame, Jose.
Speechless. He's just gone wow.
Hamza is saying this guy needs to go. And we've got Tipper D, Cavalry, Cartel Sound, the special one. Inside joke. We know what that means, Marlon. We know that one. Hamza again. Bring Nagelsmann now. But if we brought Nagelsmann, now this is the point. We bring Nagelsmann in now. We may as well bring Poch back. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd rather have someone like Poch who knows the club inside out and could probably do something. Why bring Nagelsmann? It's a proper rebuild. And unless they're going to give him the tools to rebuild, I don't even think Nagelsmann can do anything with that defense. I personally don't believe.
Nagelsmann got Hoffenheim to a Champions League spot. I don't want to hear nothing. Nagelsmann got Hoffenheim to a Champions League spot, and he's competing with Bayern for a title. With what? I'm sorry. He's got better players. He'll have better players. He'll have better players. He'll have better players than he does at Leipzig now. And I think that he will have a system that will complement players. He won't play a defensive system that's going to make sure that those 2 players are going to have constant pressure on them the whole game. He will make players press high, and they won't have to receive any pressure.
What do you guys think of the decision as well not to have Rodon in the European squad?
What is he doing? What is he doing?
And don't play him in the league. That's nuts. That's what I'm saying. That's the nuts thing about Jose. You don't put him in the Europa squad, but you don't play him in the league. He's played a couple games. He looked okay. He made a couple mistakes.
Okay. In comparison to the rest of them. He looked right. Even Jaffet. I'd even have Jaffet.
If you compare him to Dyer, he is like Maldini. He's like Maldini in compared to Dyer, because Dyer is terrible at this moment in time.
I think he's
and he
going to
cannot
leave.
play
And
alongside
he's in the
Sanchez.
England squad, bro. How is he in the England squad?
Jose
Mr. B.
reminds me of the Snowpiercer, the guy called Mr. Wilson, who likes to self-sabotage and narcissist, because any manager that can bring in Joe Hart and make him your second keeper.
I know, and he shifted Gazaniga out as well.
He's a lunatic. You know what I mean? Let's just be real.
Crackhead energy.
Let's get to some more of these comments. Mr. B, Jose ain't going nowhere. You can't afford to sack him. He has Spurs by the balls, which the Jose shows he's. Oh, dear me, I don't even want to read the rest.
I don't think he's going to go.
Pipe 71. Jose going, yes, but it's the short-term move. I'll say, till I'm blue in the face, Levy and Joe Lewis need to get out of the club. We will never achieve anything with Enoch in charge. Spurs are a corpse. So we're getting some real, some fans here who are just not happy. Now, without Son and Kane, you man are bottom three, mate. Tipper D, Trophy Mourinho.
Maury.
Maury.
Oh, Trophy more. I'm actually seeing what I want to see now. I'm not even seeing what's actually written there. That's how bad it's got.
The good
Nestle. Thanks for underestimating us, guys. Best gift you can give to your opponent.
A Zargreb fan in here.
Is that a Zargreb fan?
Wow, that's got Zargreb fans trolling us, guys, and you still think we're gonna?
This is how bad it's got. Them man's out in them places.
Them man are searching Spurs to troll.
Searched us and found us to come and troll. We must be on memes. We're going to be on memes for a long time, gentlemen. A long time. Bottle jobs. A Facebook user here saying dead. Marlon looks like hell of stress. We have the uncanny ability to make every team we play look like prime Barcelona. They look like PSG today with all them mans playing, you know.
Can I just say, Mislav Orsic, bro, what's he on? Why is he scoring hat tricks of bangers against us now? Like, who is this guy to score goals like that against us? Like, I was just, oh my God, I was just fuming, bro.
You know what's so mad? They're going to get brushed in the next round as well.
They're going to get spanked, and it's probably going to be by Arsenal as well.
Can I ask, who are these people, Marlon? Because you're getting scorched tonight. Big scorch. Marlon, don't go out alone. It's fine, bro. We are here for you. Who is these? Who are these people? They're scorching us tonight. What's going on? What's going on?
I know.
Pipe 71, no armpits. Pipe 71, burning that high grade. Someone was burning some serious high grade today. Nagelsmann. That's so everybody's calling for this Nagelsmann. I don't know. At this moment in time.
Oh, you know it's bad.
I'm down for this. I'm actually low-key.
This is where we're going now. Mans is saying,
I'll take Neil Warnock, you know. I'll take Neil Warnock.
I bet Mans is saying if Sam Allardyce wasn't in a job, he might be looking at him. That's what Mans is going to be saying. Shit.
Hey, Warnock.
Telling you, Mark Hughes. He's not got
Sam
a job.
Allardyce. Sam Allardyce has got a job. If he didn't have a job, he might come to us now. Nagelsmann, 10 million to get him.
Mate, I'm calling my friends in Dubai, mate. Let's use this platform to get some Arab owners to come and take over Spurs. Come on.
Yeah, so people obviously commenting about the money to get rid of Jose. At Hamza, 30 minutes to get rid of Jose.
You'll pay it.
Oh, by the way, can I just say, after performances like this, everybody who says that Jose's in it for a pay package and he's kind of deliberately trying to get himself sacked for the money, these kind of performances make me believe that sort of stuff, and that's concerning.
I don't know about that. What I would say is there comes a point where Jose now knows, even if he gets paid off, he's not going to just want to say, right, I'm not doing any football forever now. He's only 58, so he's still got years ahead of him. He will know he will not get another job like this.
He was,
well, that's debatable. But what I'm saying is, if he was taking the attitude that he wasn't doing this, he's only in for a pay packet. You're right. He would never get another top level job again. So again, I'm not sure if that's. I just don't know.
I think he's ego.
I mean, he was doing vacation, and we were the ones who gave him the job. So I mean,
his next job should be Montreal
Portugal.
Impact. Yeah, I think Henri left. We should go out to the MLS.
Vancouver Whitecaps.
Yeah, go to Montreal. Do a job out there.
Stoney Browder here again. Here we go. At the beginning of the season, it looked like Spurs only needed a goalkeeper and possibly a defender. If a new manager is appointed, could you see them being able to make the squad play differently?
Yes.
100%.
Yes, but as I said to you, Stoney Browder,
I'm on the
what
fence
I
for
would
that.
say is that it's more than just Jose. So as I said before, Jose needs to go, but so does half the players. And
I don't know, man. Look, Potts work with these players.
The ownership.
No, but
Pardon,
Marlon, I think the
was that
players are
Marlon?
past their sell-by date. I think the players remember
Oh, yeah, a few of them are.
yeah.
A
that
few of
Champions
them.
League final was like 2 years ago now. So a lot of them players, even in that final, weren't great. You have to remember that. I went to that. Well, didn't go to the game, but I was at the Spurs stadium watching that live with a lot of Spurs supporters, and they were saying, once that Sissoko did that thing, that was it. We weren't ever going to win that game. Once Harry Kane started the game, we weren't ever going to do that. Go on, Deji. I like when you got your hand up. That means he's serious about something. He's serious about something.
He's making us viral here.
Right now, and we've got to be serious. Not this. Take emotions out of it.
Yeah.
Would you rather have Fulham FC, their players, or would you rather have our current team right now?
You're smoking.
Let me just say, no. Let me just say, Deji. Deji, no, Deji. Let me just say.
Oh my days.
Let me just say, I would take Areola.
That's funny.
I'd
That's
take
funny.
Anderson. I'd
That's
take
funny.
Tosin. I'd
Come
take
on.
Harrison Reed. I'd take Anguissa. I'd take Lookman. So
Hold tight,
if you think about it,
To get into what
Darius.
team?
Deji
They're not
making
getting
a
the
point.
first team. They are not getting in the first team.
Hold on.
Yes, they are.
One at a
No.
time, lads. One at a
No.
time. One at a time. One at a time. One at a time. Who's going? Who's going? Who's going?
There's no way all those players
I'll tell you, Areola's better than Lloris at the moment. Areola's a good keeper. Joachim Anderson is better than our centre backs.
I'll give you
Tosin
Anderson.
Adebayo is better than our centre backs, except for maybe Alderweireld.
Nah, man, he was rubbish on Monday. He went
Winks
good
and
on Monday.
Sissoko aren't first teamers, but I'll definitely replace
That's
Winks
true.
and Sissoko with Harrison Reed and Anguissa as squad players.
Squad
And then
players.
Ademola Lookman is a much better right mid than any right mid that we've got at the moment, maybe apart from Bale, obviously. So
So again, squad
Do you
player.
know what though? Even Bell, he's played well. He's played well for a few weeks, and it might sound controversial or whatever, but I have to see more of him.
don't give
I'm
him a
not
contract.
crowning
I've told you, I
I'm not-
don't want to
I'm
see
not
him get a
crowning
contract.
I'm not crowning him for 5 games for the whole season. Now, people can say it's down to mismanagement or whatever, but ultimately, I'm only judging on what I see. And at the moment, I don't see a baller there. Do you know what I mean? I've only seen him.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
I don't see a baller there at the moment.
I wouldn't put 50 million to him again. That's all I'll say. I think he's played well in the time that he's been starting, but I wouldn't put another 50 million to him. I'd rather put 50 million to a 19, 20-year-old who.
He's made back that money.
That's just me though.
He's
Let's
made
go
back
to
that
a
money.
few
We're paying Gareth Bell. The Spurs contribution is 240 grand a week. Now I reckon I would rather put Marlon out there.
Hey.
Spend 500 quid a week
With his
than
Twinkle
Gareth
toes,
Bell.
Marlon.
With his football manager in his hand, so he can do that as well. Look at his screen and play.
I got fired, man.
agree.
Even I
You
got
got
fired. I got fired
I'm chief
I
manager.
for finishing 7th. I can't believe it.
You're joking, you know. You're
And-
funny. man.
NG23, a new manager comes in, and we look at some of these players. We will look at some of these players completely differently. We probably will. We always get the players that will want to play for the new manager, but ultimately, players then tend to go back to their level. That's what I
Yeah,
tend to
100%.
find. You get the lift, but then
They
they go
level
back
out.
to their level. Their
Yeah.
level, definitely. Jason, are we watching another Jose meltdown? Probably. Yes, Marlon Bashment. That's
Popular guy today, aren't you?
Damn. So they really were looking out for you. New viewer here, Dochi Montana. Loving the meltdown. Keep it up. There's so many new people here, lads. O'Neill Bailey. So pass, not sure what that's.
He meant pissed. He meant
I
pissed.
know that's what he's
Yeah.
meant. Oh, yes, of course he did. He's put it down there next. Pipe 71, the squad is stuffed full of copper. Utter shite. We have a clown of a chairman who buys cheap and inferior quality players every time.
Well, we had
Papa-
Fernandez there. And we
And Grealish.
to come. So
And
many players.
Skriniar
Wages.
and Ruben Diaz. All these players were willing
Yeah.
to come. We just didn't want to spend the money.
Even
Somebody
Diaz.
made-
We
somebody's-
was linked with Diaz before.
He said he was willing to join Tottenham. Ruben Diaz said he was willing to join Tottenham. He was ready to join
Portuguese
Tottenham. but-
manager, Portuguese agent. So he goes to City.
So there's another comment here from Papa Loves Rambo. Problem is not Jose, it's your players who live in clouds.
I don't agree with that.
It
It's
is.
Mourinho.
I think half of that is the problem as well.
There is,
Yeah,
Half
I
of
think-
these players,
there is
half
a
these
massive
players are
combination.
Poch.
Marlon.
They're
There's a
poch
big-
players.
Marlon, who do you think's the best manager in the world?
I agree.
Okay. So you think then that if we had Pep in our team, that
He'll
Tottenham
need
would
money.
be-
No.
He'll need money.
That
He'll
wouldn't
need
make a difference, but there's managers out there that can, like Deji said, that
he'll
can
need
work
money.
with inferior players or can improve players. Is what my thing is. I want to see a manager improve players. I understand winning is a massive part of it, but if your manager can improve your players as well, it's setting you in a good stead for the future.
Yeah, but look at the age of some of the squad now. Like, you're not going to improve Sissoko. You're not going to improve Winks.
Right.
You're
Yeah,
not going to
they're
improve
finished.
Davis.
They're finished. Of course,
You're not going to improve Aurea. You're not going to improve Dyer. You're not going to improve
So it's the
Sanchez.
players. It's the players. It's the players and the manager.
But he's
Both.
not going to play youth either. That's the problem. He's not going to bring in youth and play it. So, like, we're stuck in a situation where we're not going to win. And at the end of the day,
But our youth are all alone at the moment, so they're getting
Now-
that experience that we need for them to come
Yeah,
back in
I agree.
next season.
and do you
No,
realistically
some
think
of
he's
the-
going to play them though?
No,
I think
yes.
he will. I think he will. Half of them.
I
he
think
will.
he'll have to. If Jose stays any longer than the
He'll
end of
bring
the
in Skip.
season,
He'll bring back
he-
Session.
he has to play
So
some of these
so
players.
Skip's going to be our savior then, yeah?
No,
Skip's
he's
going to be our.
He won't be our, he won't be
Yeah.
our he won't be our savior, but he'll be a better option than Winks and Sissoko.
Definitely.
As a squad player, okay.
Not a squad player.
What about
No.
the first team?
Skip will come into that first team 100% next season.
No way.
He will be next to Højbjerg.
If Skip is starting our first team, I feel sorry for us. I feel even more so.
I'm not gonna lie.
Have you
You're
not wa-
looking towards Skip?
I've been watching Norwich.
Nah,
Skip is
Skip's
a
a baller.
baller.
Don't hate
Sorry,
Skip. Don't hate
Skip is
Skip.
a
Skip's a
baller.
baller. Skip's a
I've been
baller.
watching
No, I
him
know,
in the championship.
100%.
In the championship, I'm watching him in the championship.
It's true.
If we're looking
It's
towards
the
Skip as
championship.
our savior, I
You
might
don't
as well
wanna put-
skip along.
You don't want to put him under so much
Skip.
pressure so early, man.
Nah,
I wouldn't put it on
true.
his. I wouldn't put him in that situation because he's a young player. You don't want to break his confidence.
So where would
Michael
you play him
Balogun.
then? Where would
I
you
would
put him
have
I'll
into
play
the
him on the
squad?
bench. I would play him on the bench. To be fair,
I
I
think-
think he's a squad player.
I think he's
I
a
think
good.
Skip's-
I think he'll be
I
a good.
think
We haven't
Skip's-
got a
I'll play
Højbjerg
with Skip on
replacement, have we?
You're talking
We haven't got a
about-
good Højbjerg
You're
replacement.
talking about bringing youngsters in the squad, yet you want to put them on the bench. You might as well leave them out on loan to get the experience.
Well,
in the
leave
game
him out
under
alone.
the
I
rod.
don't care really, to be honest. Like Skip is not going to take my team further.
So
forward.
then,
I think, no, to be fair
see,
to
I
you, I
disagree-
think
I
Skip's
disagree
is
with
a
that.
very, very good player.
Yeah, Skip's
Jose
very
said
good.
that,
He's a
and
proper-
potentially,
Jose
if
said
you've
that.
watched,
That's why he sent him
Hold
on
on.
loan. That's why he sent him on
Jose
loan.
is listen,
Jose never sent him on loan. Hold on. Don's
He's so
killing-
good. He's got to
Don's
go on
killing
loan.
me today. Don is killing me. No, what I say, I've watched Skip play. I've watched him play for Norwich, and I've seen his ability. He's good. He's a good player. He is 100% better than Winks. He's 100% better than Sissoko. Now, it depends on how they play. If he played him alongside Højbjerg, it would then maybe free up Ndombele to play a little bit further. You'd have to maybe tweak the system, but you could play him, and you would definitely have more protection for that back line because we need to
100%.
protect that back line. If we're going to keep the same defenders,
We need
that
to
we've got.
replace the back line.
But-
I'm done protecting the back line now.
But,
Let's
okay,
just replace
but
it.
but we're not likely to now go out and buy 5, 6, 7 players. Given the situation, given the COVID, given the money, we ain't going to buy 5
We
or
do
6
a house
players.
swap with Fulham.
Can I ask you guys a question?
God.
So we spent, was it about 60, 70 million on all of our players combined, obviously bringing in all of them. So I'm talking about Højbjerg, Reguilon.
Yeah.
Would you have rather us spent the 60 million on the Skriniar or Ruben Diaz, or would you have rather we bolstered that squad the way we did? Like,
I think,
what do you think?
we definitely needed Reguilon as a left back, but we needed to play him more. That's my personal thing. We need to play him, and that he's a first teamer in the same way that Son and Kane play every game. That's what Reguilon should have been.
I
You know
agree.
what I mean, we can't
It is-
afford to take chances. Yeah, and I
It is
also
one thing.
believe that we did need Højbjerg. Højbjerg's made a massive. If you saw when he wasn't in the team today, yeah, and we're only playing like a 50 pence team tonight, like, and you saw what happened. Do you know what I mean?
But
We
to be
made-
honest,
we
not
made-
even
we
50
made a big
pence.
difference. But
To
we
be
also needed Skrna, and the reason why we needed so many players is because we went 3 transfer windows without signing a player. That's
Yeah,
why
it's
we had
true.
to pay so much.
It has culminated. You're all right.
Yes, it's
To be
true.
honest,
Let me get on to the last few comments. Well, there's quite a few, but I'll try and rush down them as quickly as I can. Tip is trolling me. Shane, this is your last chance to cash out, mate. So
Where's
Tip
the
and me
league?
had a
Where's the
bet.
league?
We had a bet that Arsenal would finish, or he thought that Arsenal would finish above us and Spurs. I had obviously said Spurs will finish above Arsenal. As it's looking a little bit shaky at the moment, but we're still above you, Tipper. So, you know what I mean? You're always going to crash and burn still as well. So don't watch that. I don't think you're winning the Europa, but I think my bet's still safe. Jose is the problem. Krypton Chrism. Jose sees a player play good for a game once, then plays him for the next 5. Pipe 71. The aura at Spurs is one of failure. Weak mentality. Players arrive at the club as good players and then take the aura of the club and become utter shite. The club has an incurable hex on it. Bit far.
I said that.
but
I said we were cursed.
Darius
No, I agree.
Darius has said we're cursed. Darius
I
has
said
we're
we're cursed, and I'm sticking by that, bro. I'm sticking by that
Cursed
until
by
we win
what?
some.
Well, we need to go and check a
I
good
don't think we're
Obia man
cursed.
then to unblock it.
You don't believe in that hocus
Put-
pocus.
Nah,
I
Right.
genuinely do. No, I genuinely do.
Obia.
A good
I
Obia
genuinely
man,
do.
you know. A
We're
good
cursed.
Obia man to come and just dash some of that like that. Just dash some of that in the corner.
we-
We can't be relying on
what we
Obia
need
to
then,
get us out of no problem.
Wait.
Fairy
How are we-
godmother's going to twinkle some dust over us and make it all better.
I'm telling you, we need a group. We need a Bruce Grobbelaar to spray piss on the post or something, bro. I'm telling you, we are cursed. We are a cursed club. I've said this from day one. I don't see how many times have I seen my club get so close and something's gone wrong. Kane in the final of the Champions League, the flipping the 2015-16 Premier League. That should alone prove to you that we're a cursed club. We let Leicester beat them, and then we let Leicester beat us, and then we finished third. Like, come on, man, we are a curse. But I'm not using that as an excuse. It's still Jose out, but we're
gonna
cursed.
start losing it. I think we've been on too long. We're gonna start losing more and more. Tipper D, Shane, you got my bank details. Whatever. Pipe 71, spot on, Don. Levy's coward who will do what's necessary to deflect the heat from himself. He won't hesitate to pull the trigger. It's going to cost him 30 million to pull that trigger, by the way. Epping Forest or Hackney Marches, either will be better than the clowns we currently have. Oh God, I don't know if I can read anymore. It's hard work.
Flipping Billericay Town and all
It's
them.
hard work, man. It's hard work reading these comments. I'm
That's it.
seeing
We
down.
can
I'm
get Jamie
thinking,
Hara in for the rest of the season.
what is going on?
You know
Right,
what?
another one, Jason.
Today's result was worse than the Arsenal game.
It was.
Because
I
there's
said
no
that. I
way
said that.
on earth you
I
can
said
be
that.
2-0 up to this team and lose 3. These lot ain't even got any decent players, but I don't know. Something
It
went
wasn't even
drastically
cold.
wrong today. I don't know what happened, but realistically, they all need to be ashamed of themselves. And do you know what it is? This result might make them drop down the league even further.
Guys,
It's-
I am
it's-
praying.
No,
Levy's.
You know what? Anyway, I'm not even going to call it, but
I
no,
want
yeah,
the dog
we're going to
for
drop.
free.
We're going to drop. There's only one
Jason's
way.
here saying Levy is too shrewd to let Spurs sink, but that's your double-edged sword. Same with other clubs in the same position. Totally not like Arsenal anyway. Not sure about that either. Would you have Mauricio
Yes.
Pochettino back?
Bring him home.
You know why?
Bring
Because
him
he can
home.
work with players. He can coach
Bring
players.
him home.
I wouldn't
Not
have him back
anymore.
until
Not
all
anymore.
of
Not
his
with them
players are
players.
gone. Yeah, all
Them
his players
players,
have
they
to go before
can't-
he comes back.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. He needs
There's
a
no
new
way.
He needs a new squad to work with.
Poch went through, was it 2 transfer windows or maybe 3 transfer windows without getting a player?
It was three.
It was 3. He wanted players. That's what happened with Poch. He decided, I don't think he threw his toys out, but he couldn't do any more with what he had. He
Poch got
proved.
bought off. Do you think Poch got bought off? Because you remember before he was signing his last contract, he was like, I need players. We need players as a club. We need to go to the next level. And then next thing you know, bam, Levy slapped the contract in front of it. And he just kept quiet. He just went mute.
Because he knew he wasn't going to get the players. He knew he wasn't going to get the money to get the players that he would. Because
So
what
he
you
took
have to
the
remember,
cash.
he did. Because I think he got to the Champions League final. Had he won that, we'd be in such a whole different space now. But we didn't. So what happened was, I think he saw that and realized, you know what, that's as far as I can get you lot. Maybe to a final every now and again. Maybe to be second in the league. Maybe to be consistent Champions League. But us to win
You seen
something.
this guy? You seen this guy?
Oh man, I gotta stop talking. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm gonna go through some more of these. Kane is playing like our best attacker and defender.
True.
Hello, Turf. Would you sell Kane to buy Erling Haaland?
Erling Haaland wouldn't even
is left
sniff
foot?
at. He wouldn't even sniff at us, bro. He wouldn't even look at Tottenham. He'd use Tottenham as a means to probably get to Arsenal. Like, he wouldn't even look at us, bro. We can't think about those sort of players. That's why we have.
We sell Kane, we bring in Benteke, man. I think we just got to be real.
Nah, you're going
Oh,
You are killing me today. Actually, literally killing me. My chest is hurting me now because of the amount of
I've
coffee
got
I'm
a
having to
headache
do.
coming, I tell
I have
you.
got a headache as well. Seriously,
that one made a tear
I've
come
got a
out.
headache.
Still, Benteke.
No, this is not right. This is not
I
right.
can imagine that one.
Pipe 71. The players don't escape judgment. Their performance in the NLD was even worse than tonight. How can you fail to be motivated against Arsenal? No intensity, no effort, which is unacceptable.
I agree.
You know, we should have started Bergwijn today.
Yeah, I put him in my
thought
team
so as well. You have something to prove, innit?
He
I
must
thought
be
them
another
all
guy
would
who just
start.
shot confidence. He must not want to play for
Yeah.
Jose.
He should
But
have
Jose
started
don't
today.
trust. And he's
North
not
London
bad.
is red.
He's not bad, but he's just not scoring.
You said that, Jess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pipe
me and
71.
you.
Leipzig concede a lot of goals. I'm not sure Nagelsmann is the answer. And that's true because he does concede a lot of goals. He scores a lot of goals as well. I'm not sure who his Spurs are unimaginable under ENIC.
Are unmanageable.
Unmanageable.
Sorry, unmanageable. Now, as much as I know there's a bit of a thing with Daniel Levy and ENIC, you have to say we are financially in a better position than we were, let's say, 10 years ago. Our whole club is in a better situation. And when I say situation, obviously with the new stadium and the training facilities, all the rest of it, we are set up to be a big club. But we don't have anything behind us in our CV to say that we are a big club, i.e. we haven't won no silverware.
Surely that makes us more attractive to a buyer, though, because if a buyer thinks, they're not a big club, but they're big enough for us to buy to turn into a big club, then surely that becomes attractive to, it's like Deji says, sell us out to the Arabs with loads of money.
But that's the only, that's the only people that's going to be able to, because you can't have somebody just...
Can you see Levy and his colleagues selling to Arabs?
Well, the thing is,
for the right price.
He's made his play.
Yeah, I was going to say, for the right price, anybody.
Joe Lewis is 83 years of age, so he's not around forever. And I think Levy's just he's propping us up for a sale.
If he goes, he's going to be those American. He's going to go to those Americans who like to basically strip asset the clubs. Like Liverpool.
Well, that's my point. If we get someone in that's like cobble some money together, that's trying to think we need to cobble some money to buy this club, but then don't invest, we don't need that. We need someone like them Sheikh to come in with like proper checkbook and say, here you go, take 250 million. I don't need to see that back. And then the next season they say, have another 250 million. I don't need to see that back. But we're not going to get that. That's not what we're going to get.
The only thing with that, if you sell out to them, is are we selling our soul? Will we become a soulless club?
I don't care, bro. I don't care. I don't care. Bro, they don't owe me anything. I just support the team. I couldn't care less if we sold out. What's the difference if we pay for good money or we pay with dirty money, bro? Money's money.
The Burj Khalifa runs at a loss, and that's the sort we need to reach out. We need to use this platform to reach out to the Arab sheikhs of the Burj Khalifa and ask them to come to Spurs. The next show is a pitch to our friends over in Abu Dhabi, asking them to come over to our lane to take over.
Got a pretty stadium for you guys.
Go.
Jeez. Somebody here saying bring back Tim Sherwood. So yeah.
Oh, that's one guy I'm not having. That's one guy I'm not having. I'll take Martin O'Neill over him.
Trolling us as well. In Jose we trust. More from Jess. Bottom right. Never knew Richard Blackwood was a Spurs fan. They're talking about you, Marlon. Marlon, why are you getting heat like this today?
No.
Why are you getting heat like this?
Right, Jess.
Huh? Why are you getting heat like this? You must have said something online to people to really make them go at you like this. Because I'm not even getting heat like that tonight. I keep telling you guys, Jose is a fraud.
100%.
Do you know what? Jose was a good manager. Jose was a good manager back in the days when going away from home, getting a point was a good result. But what's happened in the last 5-10 years, football has changed, and he just hasn't adapted with it. That's the only difference, really.
Also, he had a back four that he could trust. Because that back four, they were born to be under pressure. They thrived on pressure. You could throw a whole team against that back four at Chelsea, and they would probably still stand up tall and be counted for, and probably keep a clean sheet.
But even if
Don, we have to hold you there, and we have to hold you, Don, because we had Marlon with his hand up, and when you got your hand up, that means it's important. So I want to come to Marlon.
I was actually going to say I feel quite smug because a lot of people, even I'm not pissed, I'm semi-pissed. A lot of people are banking on Mourinho to bring this trophy. I don't think you understand the fallout I've had with fans. Now we ain't got a trophy. What are you gonna say? This Carling Cup ain't saving this guy. I'm semi-smirking. I don't like to see people fail, but I think he hasn't been the same since he's left. Let's say Chelsea. Even at Man U. Man U fans don't like this guy. But he's come to Spurs. Spurs fans' heads got gas. Oh my God, we're going to win this. Win what? The Carling Cup. And we're 8th or 10th. Nah, man, it's embarrassing. Spurs have been embarrassing for about 18 to 20 months. It's a
Do
joke.
you think? Do you
We don't
think
play
he would
football.
have? Do you think he would have had his job still now if there were fans in the stadium playing the
No
way he played?
way.
Oh no, no.
No
I think he'd have
way.
gone.
Do you think he would have gone earlier?
Well,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
So
know.
for me, that constitutes him needing to go now. Then no, it's
Yeah,
fine.
but,
I
that's,
don't know.
but that's no different to Arteta, though, isn't it? Because I mean,
Yeah,
he was
I think
Again, yeah,
at 15.
it's
Would
true.
he
I
have
agree with
survived?
I agree with that
Probably
too.
No. A lot of fans wanting to go.
He definitely wouldn't have
Personally.
survived because they were 15th at one point, so he definitely wouldn't have survived. 100%.
Trippy here saying Tottenham just didn't want to win. It's not Mourinho's fault. It's the players' fault. Dinamo just put blood,
Can't
tears,
say
and
that.
power to win. Such ashamed of Tottenham.
How is it not the manager's fault as well? It's all of their faults. The players are
All of their
rubbish, and it's the manager's fault. You can't. All right, you can't just say it's Mourinho, but it's all of their faults. But Mourinho is, he's like,
all of it.
he likes to deflect stuff. Always.
Here we go.
Thing is,
This one's a good comment as well. Sorry, Mike. Dinamo's manager Mamik was in bin. He wasn't even on match, and he won match from another country.
Yeah, he's in jail.
He's in jail, isn't he? The
Doing
man's in jail.
fraud, you know, part-time fraud.
The
and we
man's
lost
in
to him.
jail.
Ridiculous.
You lost to a criminal, haha. At Thomas Fair, absolutely. So they all commenting between each other as well as
Enough
at
comments
us.
today, boy.
Yeah, I know. Sam, honest question. Where are the stats this game reaction? Man's knows me. Man's is like saying, I'm not putting those stats up today. I didn't even have nothing prepared.
Who
I
is
stopped
Jason?
writing.
Is he a regular or is he a new guy that's come on? Or was he just trolling us? Arsenal
He
fans
must
trolling
know
us.
about the stats. He must.
Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons, people. If you've liked the content today, I know it's been a bit of I've called it the overreaction show because that's what it's called today. But I don't care. We're just gonna do what we do. We're Spurs fans. Spurs Zone TV. We got smashed by part-time plumbers. Orsic was fixing kettles this morning. Good show, chaps. Jesus, we are at this moment in time. We are the joke of everyone.
To be honest,
everyone.
there's no way on earth we should have lost that game. No way on earth, and it is really embarrassing. I don't know how.
I don't even think we really should have conceded.
Even that.
Nah. Yeah, I was looking at that team. I
thought when it scored one, I allowed it. I thought one. When it scored a second, I was like, no, we're gonna score. We have to score. But I can't believe it.
Gentlemen, let's look. We've had our rant. Let's be
embarrassing.
Focused. Let's get Scott Parker in tomorrow morning. And then
I'm down. I'm down.
Scott Parker in.
I'm down. You know, I'm down.
We cannot let Jose stay to the end of the season. We really cannot.
To be honest, I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why he might get sacked now. What is there to play for now?
There's nothing to play for.
So they might try and do it now with 10 games to go.
Listen, I know we're all saying that we don't have a chance to get City, but we do. Just think of it like this.
Yeah.
If them mans tonight, hold on. If them mans tonight can do what they did to us, we surely, with the players that we've got in our first 11, given the best performance of the season, we could win this. And I'm saying that with my chest out, I think we can still win it. I'm saying
I don't know if we can do it under. I don't know if we can do it under Jose though.
5-1. I'm saying it right now.
Under Scott Parker, maybe, but not under Jose.
No, I think you can. I think you can pull it off, but it's not gonna. I don't think it should save him.
What?
5-1. I'm telling you now, it's going to be 5-1 City.
Yeah, I know, but he will pull it off in this one-off game. He will pull it off. A one-off game.
Fairy tale.
Oh, United
thing is, any manager that comes in, any manager that comes in is going to have to clear out. So it doesn't matter who we get in. They're still
Scotty Parker. I want him, Deji. I'm on the bandwagon, Deji. I'm joining you, bro.
We drag Scotty Parker.
Scotty Parker. I want him
to the team tomorrow.
Lads, I've never seen a show like this because we've constantly had numbers throughout this whole show, and we've been on 1 hour 13 minutes.
Oh, they're loving it.
We're still getting more and more comments because this is what these people want. They want to see mans go mad on screen, lose their mind, and then have to go back tomorrow and look at what they've said. Because I'm going to have to go back and look what I've said now. Because it's madness.
No chance I'm
so Jason's saying, Semi-Reg Mike, I do shift work solo, knows me. We need Son back. 24-24. Mr. Egghead Lady had to leave, or I might cry, or he's a jokesman. Jose is on crud if we don't win that final. Bye, Jose. Krypton Crimson, sell the club to Amazon. Jeff Bezos. And
does the Carling Cup save him or save Spurs?
Oh, no,
if he gets top 4, if he gets top 4 and a cup, I think he'll stay.
Do you think?
I don't think he should stay. He will stay.
Mike, what you've been smoking? Like we're not going nowhere near top 4 though. We're not getting nowhere
the
near
weird
top
thing
four.
is, but Don, the weird thing is, if we beat Aston Villa,
Yeah.
we're only 3 points off bloody top four,
We're
and
getting
we've only got
smoked
one
by Villa.
competition.
You think we're gonna get beat by Villa? I
Like,
think, is Jack
Bro,
Grealish
I
playing?
said
Like
it on
a full of
Sunday.
It's a
On
weird season.
Sunday,
Anything can happen.
If we go back, I said we're gonna get spanked by Aston Villa.
I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong,
We're gonna
Deji.
get
in this
So
one.
do
You
I.
know why?
I hope.
Because
I
if they-
pray.
I hope you're wrong in this one.
Mike.
Yeah, mate.
I know
Yeah,
that
mate.
you're obviously a glass is half full type person. Yeah, I know that you are a very positive person. But
I
even
respect it as
you,
well.
looking at this team and what you've seen all season, do you think that we will finish top four?
If I was to
Right,
put
how
a
many
bet on it,
games-
you
hold
gotta
on,
bet
Be
hold
honest.
on. How many games have we got left of the season? Because we're out of all the cups
10
apart from
games.
one. So
Is
we've
it
got
10,
games?
is it 10?
10 games.
games.
10.
Right. So we've got 10 games, and we're how many points off we off top four at the moment?
6.
Six
Three
at the
with
moment.
game, will be
Liverpool,
three
With a
with
game in
Liverpool,
hand.
Liverpool are ahead of
Yeah.
us now.
But they're on.
Liverpool
So
ahead of
they
us.
played a game
Chelsea
more,
ahead of us.
and they're on the same points. Liverpool have played a game more. They're on the same. Chelsea played a game more. They're 6 points. So we go. Mike's right in what he's saying. If we win the game, we're only 3 points behind Chelsea. The problem is, there's a lot of teams between us. So we're
Yeah.
8, and then there's another 3 teams, and then we have to get to 4. The
and they're all
problem
better than us.
playing like this over the last 2 to 3, well, not even so much the last 2 games, definitely. There is
Yeah.
no way on earth we could beat.
If we
anybody.
continue like this, then we haven't got no chance at all.
No chance. That's
But-
true.
If the players
So
think, hold on a
do you
minute,
think we're going to change all of a sudden against Villa then? You think we're going to just be come out completely different, energized?
I think this is it for the players. I think the players are down tools now.
I
think
this is-
they're-
I think this will
but,
take. Yeah,
but,
we'll see the
but one
performance.
result
come on.
could change. One result could change the players' mindset. That could change confidence. They might.
The
you
final
just don't
will.
know.
The final will. If they win the final, then they might give them more confidence. But I don't think that's going to happen. So
Well, it depends if they've. I mean, you're paying for your pride, aren't you? If you're not gonna turn up for Villa,
But
you might as well just.
They're not.
You might as well just jack the whole. You might as well just jack the whole.
The players didn't turn up for the players didn't turn up for Arsenal. The players did not turn up for the biggest game of the season.
I hear that. I do
Why,
hear you.
why are they going to turn up for the rest of the season?
Jason's made a point here. He agrees with Mike. Top 4 and Carling Cup would be seen as a successful season by most clubs, even an Arsenal fan. That would be a good season for this season.
We're not getting top 4 though. Let's be real.
But we're not getting top 4 though.
We're not beating City, so let's just
I'm not
look,
beating
the
City.
players might as well
Thing is,
line
right,
up and
we're
get
all
the
saying
vaccine
this.
and
We're all
start booking
saying
their-
this.
Their holidays to Greece.
No, top 4. City,
We're
I
all
think we
saying
can pull it
this.
off, but top 4, I doubt it.
But the thing
But
is,
Marlon,
we've
hold
got
on,
the
sorry,
players. We've got the players to
We
hit
have.
top 4. We've got the players to win that cup. We have.
We have got the
It's
players.
just
Marlon.
it's just whether they want to turn up and whether they want to have play for a bit of pride and be like, oh, actually, we are a decent side. Let's just play
Marlon.
for
Kane
pride.
and his missus, they just booked their holiday to Mykonos. I swear it was this morning.
I do
You know
remember
what?
you
I think
saying, Marlon.
I'm with Darius. I think I'm with Darius. I think the players have been judged. I think there's too much. Yeah,
Nah, man, I do not believe in all that, man.
first club,
That's
bro. I'm
mad.
telling you, this is the only excuse
No
I can give
way.
now. It's the only reason I can.
But
give
Marlon,
this.
I think you were saying that if you got top 4 and didn't win a trophy, that would still be a good season. Do you still say that now? If we were to get top 4 and didn't win anything this year, would that be a good season? Because I think we've had this discussion before.
It would be, but no. If they get Champions, hold on, let me finish. If we get Champions League, that's all that matters. But I'm realistic. This team is not getting nowhere near even top 6. They're a joke. He comes out from the manager with his negative energy, and it's all about him. He's turned Spurs into a joke team. We used to be so we used to enjoy watching Spurs, going to the game. Like this year, or not even this year, since he's been here, I must admit, I've kind of been not semi-embarrassed to be a Spurs fan. I used to be happy. Now I'm arguing with Spurs fans, and it shows this guy's come with his negative persona and just messed up everything. He's gonna leave
1
us
second,
in a
Deji.
mess.
Before I let you speak, Deji, let me just give this comment out because it's quite a good one. We take any cup. We are thirsty for silverware. Top 4 is what we expect at the start of the season. Kane and Son deserve better. You know it's peak when Oli and Arteta go through, yet the
You're damn
best
right.
Jose lost.
100%.
We can't
We
argue
shouldn't
that,
be
can we?
losing to this Croatian team. Oh
can't
my
argue
days.
with
The
Us lot-
Donny is in jail.
Oh my days.
Knocked out by Zargreb, and you're talking about top 4.
Let me just bring the realness. This is the last thing, I swear to you guys, and I'm not making any
I was looking forward to the draw tomorrow. I'm going. I
Guys, I am going to publicly declare between now and the end of the season, we won't get 8 points. That's it. I've said.
From now.
Deji,
8
bro.
points.
Deji, bro.
I'll
Out of 30 points.
I will put Deji. I'll take a wager on you for that, mate.
I would take a wager on you.
I'll do it live and direct.
Deji's throwing it out there. He's throwing Jose completely under that bus. He's reversing over him. He's going forward and then reversing over him again. Dashed under the bus. Alex Colley, the players did turn up for Arsenal. They were on the pitch, bro. You must have had your eyes closed.
All right.
Who do you want in the next round? Hardy Har, people giving us that. Sanitizer. Who are they talking about when they say Sabit? I thought it said sanitizer.
The one said sanitizer up there, didn't it? Yeah.
Good grief. Sabit is class, but Stupid Levy wants to act like he doesn't have Billers. I agree with Darius, but not 5-1. We can't get champions.
Bro, it's 5-1. It's 5-1 minimum. I'm telling you, City are going to batter us if we play like that. Batter. Like, it's going to be... You think this was embarrassing? If we lose by more than 4 in a final, I'm not speaking. I'm not going on the show. I'll tell you that for now. I'm not going on the show.
Mr. Silver Fox, Deji is down tools and Cryptic Crimson. Deji is just laugh.
Yeah,
so
these are
actually finding us very, very funny at our expense. And still more comments are coming through. Jason again. Marlon has finally realized what us Arsenal fans have been experienced for the last 6 years. FA Cups.
No, that's a lie. No. There's one.
That's an honest FA Cup.
Yeah.
That's an honest Arsenal fan, eh?
At least you have an FA Cup. And they were making Champions League. At least when Poch was here, he got us Champions League. Marie. Anyway, Shane, you said, and not just you, several fans said, I would take 10th or lower for a cup. Not me at all.
Marlon, can I
don't want no cup. I want to play Champions League.
Marlon, you see last season, you see Poch's last season, do you think he should have been
sacked? I agree. No way. Because he got us the Champions League final. He still had credit, as you would say.
I think the players gave up on him.
They did. I think
it could have got really, really bad. Like I'm talking like Arsenal this year, it could have got peak for us like that. And I think it was only.
I would have make it. Let's see if it happens.
Right. Lads, I want to wrap up soon. Sorry, but I want to get through these last 3 comments. They're not stopping, but I want to get through them. Who was the best player tonight? Anybody want to say who they thought the best player was tonight?
The guy who scored a hat.
Correct.
Yeah, Mislav Orsic.
Correct answer. What is this joke that we're only playing the last 10 minutes or when we're losing? Jose should be giving them a kick, not the other team playing well. Does this remind anyone of the end of the Poch era? Facts, it was. They stopped playing.
The thing is, we can't let these players. They're just acting like mercenaries. Then, if that's what we think, they're just acting like mercenaries. Fuck them all off.
But the thing is, that my only thing is, and I agree with you, it's just the only reason I want Jose to go first is because we're not going to be able to get rid of all the players that were still part of that pot. It's gonna be at least 2 windows for us to get rid of all the players.
I mean, if we think we're dead this season, right, we might as well just go to the academy and just be like, look, all the players that are in the academy that we think, just play them. If that's what we think,
just play them. I think so too.
Either that or a house swap with Fulham.
What has this come to? What has this really come to?
Crimson, if we face Bayern 14-0, Mr. Silver Fox, Spurs might as well go for the Ryder Cup. They could actually win that. Mans is taking the absolute miss today, you know. They are really going for it. Big Scorps, I remember when Deji said Spurs would beat Arsenal 4-1. Ha. I should have took the wager. Wow. Jason, Silver Fox, not sure the fans appreciate.
Sorry, Shane. Sorry to cut you.
Yeah, go on.
We saw all of us fans saw the lineup for the Arsenal game. We should have beaten you lot. That team was better than Arsenal team that day. That's a fact. But
the tactics weren't.
I don't know what happened. Realistically, we should have won that game. No way. That Arsenal team shouldn't have beaten us. No way. But anyway, sorry.
I'm tired. I'm very tired. I'm drained. I'm really drained.
We still got a shed load of viewers on at the moment.
I'm very disappointed because that should not have happened. One, I could have taken losing 1-0. 2-0, I thought, all right, we have to score now. But how do you let in the third? The man ran through about 3 or 4 players. Then scored.
Why didn't they just bring him down? Do anything. Take a yellow for it. Yeah.
Oh my days.
I mean,
think
the first goal you can accept as a bit of a
That's
worldie.
yeah.
Take it out on the chin all day long. The other two goals, yeah.
Right, there's going to be some serious discussions on the plane and
Big
tomorrow morning.
Scorps, I think he's saying, I think this might say Darius, I'm not sure, but it says Dari, still cussing Arsenal. Bro, you should forget about Arsenal right now. We're having a rubbish season, but still in Europe and only 4 points off you lot.
Whatever, man. You lost 1-0, man, at home.
We're down bad. Breezy Page, what would you class as a good season? I said a trophy. I'm staying with that.
I think a good season will be getting rid of Jose and a number of our crap players.
And I'm going to end on this one. Sanchez can't defend for his life. Facts.
No.
Nah, I'm not having that either.
I'm having that.
No.
Facts.
No.
I gave him a little bit of the doubt, but I'm taking all what I said back. He got to go. He's not good enough.
He was doing spinneroonies again. He was doing spinneroonies again, wasn't he?
He was doing spinneroonies. He fell again, and then
It's
when we start,
man.
I don't think it was his fault tonight. I'm not hating on Sanchez. Do you know what? The last 6 games, I've got no hate on Sanchez. I think he's been pretty solid, to be fair to him. Dyer, he's not worthy of. He's not worthy of being in the academy. Let alone our first team. Let alone for England.
What's funny about Dyer? What's funny about Dyer is my man really thought he was a centre back as well. He tried to tell Jose, "I'm a centre back. I want to play centre back."
Jose, this is about his judgment. Jose wanted to sign him for United.
Should have sold him 40 million, wasn't it?
Snapped off his hands, Dyer was so bad today. Do you know, every single time he went in for a challenge, he gave away a free kick. Every single time. So
we were offered. Wasn't we offered like 40 million, or wasn't there talking of 40 million? I mean, we should have sold him for that.
Oh, we should have sold him a long time ago.
40 million pounds. It's like that's a dream now for him.
Loris is getting old, so we do need to clear out, gentlemen. I'm going to stop here because otherwise we are going to be. Go on.
One last thing. Sorry. Who would you blame for the 3 goals today? I don't even know who was at fault for the goals.
They were bangers. They were bangers.
Yeah, there was two long that long range one.
Second one wasn't a banger.
How many times? I think Lloris is still diving. How many times has he got beaten from long range? Even the West Ham game is the same thing. Why does he always dive with the wrong hand?
There's no keeper saving that first one.
I'm happy to.
Alex Colley said, if you sat Jose, who would you take? Be careful what you wish for. You can have Ole, please.
I'll take Ole.
Lewandowski or Kane or Haaland?
What right now?
Yeah, I'll take Benteke.
Haaland right now for me. Haaland right now for me.
Right now?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm in love with that guy. He's too good.
You lot are comparing Dortmund's attack to Spurs' attack. It's different. Dortmund offers more, and that team's better than Spurs.
And they're playing
Dortmund's not better than Spurs. Dortmund is shit at the moment. Dortmund are terrible
playing in Germany, mate. The German league's not great.
Darius is gone.
I watch Dortmund on a weekly basis. I watch.
And Spurs are better than Dortmund.
You've lost the place, mate. You've lost the place.
No, yes.
Before we get better than Dortmund.
Let's go.
You've lost it. I'm saying we should go, gentlemen. Listen,
he's lost it.
Mats Hummels at the back.
Let us now wrap this up.
Darius, are we better than DINAMO Zagreb?
You know that.
Yeah.
The joint's been lost.
You man don't want to stop at all.
Darius is killing me now.
Right, okay.
Sell Harry Kane and get Callum Wilson.
Gentlemen, we are running out. The money in the meter is now running out. We have to go.
Jesus Christ.
Like, subscribe, share, comment. If you enjoyed the overreaction show, I guess tune in on Sunday where we'll probably have another one against Villa, because that might be the case. Let's not.
Don't do it to us. We're not going to have a meltdown on Sunday. We're going to be all right. We're going to be good.
Hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tune in. Get notification of all the videos from Spurs, from Arsenal, from Liverpool, from Man United. We will try and keep you entertained. Well, this is really hard, but we have to make sure we show our face. And that's one thing about these Spurs fans. We always show our face. We always come online, and we always make sure we say and talk the truth. And that's all that matters. It doesn't matter about opinions. We're Spurs fans. So as somebody's things going, so I think it's time to go.
Yeah.
Can hear a lot of feedback. So, gentlemen, we'll see you later.